those that affect us in the eastern region. Ladies and gentlemen of the press, I extend somber welcome to those that affect us in the eastern region. Ladies and gentlemen of the press, I extend somber welcome on behalf of the Eastern Regional Communications Bureau of the National Democratic Congress. We have gathered here today for a press conference of grave significance. Our purpose is to shed light on the pressing concerns that have cast a shadow over our nation's development since January 7th, 2017, when the reins of leadership transitioned to President Akufo-Addo and Vice President Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia. In the 7 long years of Akufo-Addo Bawumia-led MPP administration, we have witnessed a lamentable tale of underdevelopment, particularly within the eastern region. With their extravagant and unattainable campaign pledges that ushered them into power, it is hardly astonishing that President Akufo-Addo and his insensitive government find themselves adrift, unable to deliver meaningful progress. Their grandiose promises, such as an illusory announcement of Ghana's first sky train station by August 2020, have proven to be nothing but a cruel joke. The signing of the project on Monday, November 11th, 2019, was meant to initiate feasibility studies spanning a period of 9 months to ascertain the project's viability. The government assured us that the first station for the Accra Sky Train project will open within 9 months. But this promise remained unfulfilled. As we say in our local language, if a man decides not to undergo circumcision, his shot should not be seized. And in Twi, we say, and once a pieto, sabe eka wanzam eho. If Nana Addo and Bawumia promise, the Eastern region finds itself in the clutches of grave crisis, one that threatens the very foundation of our region and its future. The rampant theft of railway tracks that serves as a lifeline for our transportation infrastructure and the grossly incompetent state of leadership has cast a dark cloud of doubt and insecurity over our region. We address these critical issues with immense sense of urgency and profound outreach. The epidemic of rail line theft plagues our region, and as vigilant youth, we refuse to passively watch this inept government and its appointed officials perpetuate this heinous crime, endangering not only our future, but the future of generation yet to come. Our exhaustive investigation have unearthed active involvement by members of the MPP in dismantling and selling these railway lines, with affected constituencies including Nsawam, Achiase, Upper West Achem, New Jobin North and South, Fantiakwa South, Asene Akroso Manso, and numerous others. Ladies and gentlemen, the extent of this nefarious activity knows no bound. In Nsawam, MPP leaders conspired with Chinese operatives who in turn enlisted young men with the promise of meager daily wage of 40 Ghana cedis to sabotage our rail lines. When confronted, these young men disclosed that they were mere pawns contracted by these Chinese individuals. Subsequent investigation have shockingly revealed that these Chinese corporates have close ties to influential MPP figures, established that some top echelons of the MPP party are involved in this destructive activity. Please listen to this carefully. and I would want to repeat this. Our investigations also established that some top echelons of MPP party are involved in this destructive activity. It is pertinent to note that no meaner person than the Vice President of the Republic of Ghana. Please listen to this carefully. No meaner person than the Vice President of the Republic of Ghana, Alhaji Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, is the mastermind behind orchestrating the theft of railways using the ill-gotten gains to fund his campaign aspiration. The startling revelation has also been corroborated by a member of the MPP, one Alex Kweku Tete, during a heated panel discussion on Onua TV. He boldly demanded that Bawumia ceases his association with Honorable Kofi Manfo, the MP for Achiase, and Bafu Awia, the DCE for Achiase, and his accomplices, who are shamelessly stealing rail lines and funneling the proceeds to support his bid for the MPP flag bearership position. Here, we have the video.
First one. Mon catch Fankrama Papes on Cocancha Bawumia say, Onya railways now, Wama Kofi Manfo ni DC, Omu Chaton DC Canebreno. Oh, me crew, my chance at the street. Omu Chaton. Me quato, so Mimi Crum, and Rakram, Bawumia, so Munchucha. Almost about me and Akle, or the letter from Bawumia office. Mimi Quajina, Meshadako Paki and Rak, Marcella Tuka, Ako and Rasanko. Railways, Kofi Manfo MP, and in the DC, Omu Chaton, Omse Bawumia say, Miss Crum, Mimi Crum, my chance at the street. Me Crum, a pride. Yes, me not maker, Meme Kotoso, Saka and General.
It has come to our attention that the district chief executive, top government officials, and MPP members, ignoring sound advice, attempted to pilfer rails from Nyankumase within the Achiase district. This treacherous act was thwarted by the Amankrado of Nyankumase, assemblyman of Nyankumase, and the youth of Nyankumase, who demanded proof of authority to remove the tracks. Their refusal to present a valid document exposed their wicked intentions. Subsequently, they shifted the activity from Nyankumase to Achiase Railway Junction, advancing towards Achiase Township and Apa-So. Ladies and gentlemen of the press, we also witnessed a grave incident on this issue. On the premises of the district assembly, we observed a cargo car transporting railway, as mentioned earlier, in broad daylight from 13th to September 1st, 2023.
Train Adiana, Abino, Abohoka, sir. Why, yes, a train, Bebasono, yeah? I don't know, course, what you train Adiana, sir, Adiama cargo. Amode Kotama. Anyway.
To make matters worse, 3 cargo trucks carrying stolen railway lines were parked in front of a police checkpoint at Achiase, obstructing crucial commercial routes frequently used by pedestrians and commercial vehicles. In fact, aside them carrying these railway tracks, broad daylight, in the night within the Achiase district office, they were packing the railway lines into a very big truck. And I think we have videos of same, which we would want you in response to a concerted effort to secure the release of all suspects apprehended for their illegal involvement in the theft of railway steel tracks along the community's railway line. The suspects, including one Bafo Ewa, who is the constituency organizer of the MPP at Achiase constituency, was taken into police custody by the Accra Police CID following a tip-off by the chiefs, revealing their involvement in the illicit removal and sale of train steel tracks as scrap metal. After their apprehension, the suspects were subsequently transferred to the Oda Police Command, where they were surprisingly granted bail same day. The chiefs vehemently asserted that some influential MPP political figures are unduly interfering with the investigation, obstructing rightful pursuit of justice against these suspects. Speaking on behalf of the chiefs, Nana Kunedua Samoa, the Nifahine of Achem Aprede, conveyed their collective disaffection and firmly stated that any attempt to impede the prosecution of these suspects will set a harmful precedence. In an alarming revelation, Nana Kunedua Samoa pointed out that the Member of Parliament for Achiase constituency, Honorable Kofi Mafu, allegedly sought to interfere in the investigations, ostensibly to obstruct the prosecution of these guys involved in this illicit act. The indignant chief disclosed that when Bafwewa was arrested, and here Bafwewa is the constituency organizer of Achiase constituency. That is the MPP organizer. Let's take note of that. When Bafwewa was arrested, the Member of Parliament reportedly arrived at the scene between 11 p.m. and 12 noon or 12 a.m., midnight. People engaged in criminal acts being arrested. MP appears, midnight, wanting to make sure that these individuals, these miscreants, are released from police custody. And so if the MP is not involved, why would the MP go to that extent of making sure that these criminals are released from police custodies? Such audacious interference will not be tolerated by the esteemed leaders of the community, as they are resolute in their commitment to upholding law and preserving justice. Additionally, Nana Esi Akwa and Nana Otibukra, both sub-chiefs at Achem Aprede, sternly implored the police to uphold the law without bias following this regrettable incident. Citizens of Achiase district believed that railway theft will become a thing of the past. First, it's not only lamentable, but also deeply troubling. It is imperative that we address this issue with utmost urgency for the safety and well-being of people in these towns mentioned above. We cannot allow this impunity to persist, and we must demand accountability from those in positions of authority. This is a somber state of affairs, ladies and gentlemen, and it is one that demands our collective attention and action. Ladies and gentlemen of the press, this rampant rail line theft has reached an alarming proportion in the Upper West Akim district. In the Upper West Akim district. The audacious theft of these railway lines has become daily nuisance in the district. And what is even more astonishing is the blatant involvement of known MPP members within the district. Our shock and dismay know no bounds when we unearth a disturbing revelation that the Member of Parliament for Upper West Achim constituency, Honorable Frederick Adom Obeng, has formed a disturbing alliance with the District Chief Executive, Honorable Eugene Saki, to allegedly further entrenching the thievery ongoing within the district. The sinister purpose of this unholy alliance between the MP and the DCE is to ruthlessly coerce and compel young men into vandalizing and plundering our rail lines, then clandestinely trafficking the stolen lines to undisclosed locations for nefarious profits. Other MPP members, such as Alex Amo, MPP Constituency Communications Director, Isaac Amwasa, Assembly Member, Government, and also a government appointee, and currently vying for an assembly position, and Alas and Idrisu, polling station organizer of the New Patriotic Party, have shamelessly joined hands with the MP and DC in their relentless act of wanton destroy of these valuable state assets. The gravity of the issue in the Upper West Akim district extends from others to several villages and communities, primarily due to influential figures involved. The villages include Asuchene, Alafia, Asikasu, Krodua, Kwamwako, Kumikrom, and Esaso, all within the district. We simply cannot stand aloof and allow the DCE and his puppets to obliterate our future for their selfish political gains. Crosso Township, Osehon, Edinso, Apiadiem, Bekiase, Kumikrom, and its surrounding areas have unveiled a distressing reality. We have discovered that a criminal enterprise is actively operational in the areas mentioned above. And even more troubling is the involvement of certain individuals associated with the MPP New Patriotic Party. The names that have surfaced include one Ahmed Tijani, who serves as MPP Nasara coordinator and a sitting assembly member of Akroso Amanfro. In addition, Kojo Atta, a fervent advocate of the MPP and a former assemblyman of Akroso Chenso, is implicated. Furthermore, we have identified an individual known as Apollo, purportedly the brother of the current district chief executive for Asene Akroso Manso, Honorable Alex Inkum. What compounds this grave situation is the disconcerting revelation that in certain areas, law enforcement agencies, specifically the police, are actively complicit in this whole enterprise. They provide 24-hour protection for these criminals in Osenho, Edenso, Akroso Township, Apiadiem, Bekiase, Kumikrom, and other places, ostensibly shielding them from justice. It is deeply disheartening that the very institutions entrusted with the solemn duty of safeguarding lives and property has in some instances chosen to safeguard criminals, permitting them to brazenly engage in acts of theft and lawlessness. Such as the case of New Jabin North, where a police officer, popularly known as Arrested, has been spotted using a police vehicle to allegedly protect these criminals. And we have the police vehicle that is being used, allegedly being used by Arrested. The organizer, MPP organizer, Bafo Ewa, at the Achiase constituency, and his associates, and we insist on the unrelenting pursuit of their prosecution. 2, we fiercely and resolutely insist on a detailed and unambiguous action plan by the police for the swift annihilation of this nuisance. 3, we passionately and unreverently call for a fully independent, exhaustive investigation to probe the alleged involvement of the Vice President of the Republic of Ghana, Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia. And our last demand, we sternly impose a strict 48-hour ultimatum on the police to apprehend all culprits. Their failure will compel us to mobilize all available forces for uncompromising citizen arrest without any shred of hesitation. In conclusion, ladies and gentlemen, in fulfillment of our steadfast commitment to providing vigilant and responsible opposition and to continuously hold the government accountable as active participants rather than mere spectators, we find it imperative to address a series of alarming developments that pose a severe threat to our nation's well-being. We earnestly implore the media and I think I have already gone through that. If this revelation or allegation against Alhaji Dr. Mahmood Bawumia is indeed true, then it foretells a dire consequence for our nation. And we, the NDC, unequivocally demand a thorough and urgent investigation into this revelation. Ladies and gentlemen of the press, we have reached the concluding part of our address. As we conclude, it is disheartening to note that the situation at hand paints a dark picture under President Akufo-Addo Bawumia leadership in the eastern region. The Ministry of Railway Development estimates that constructing just 1 kilometer of rail line cost our nation a staggering $5 million. Yet, the audacity of those to destroy this critical infrastructure without any intent to restore or make it functional again leaves us appalled. We insist that these destructive acts be halted without delay and the perpetrators be held accountable for their action. We wish to acknowledge the commendable effort initiated by President John Dramani Mahama in the development of our railway infrastructure, encompassing the construction and modernization of existing railway network in the southern sector, with plans for an extension into the northern part of Ghana. In this vein, substantial progress were made, including the completion of the Sekendi Takrade to Kojokrom railway lines, the establishment of the state-of-the-art train station in Sekendi, the realization of the Takrade to Kumasi routes with a branch line from Dunkwao to Awaso, and the initiation of projects connecting Accra to Nsawam and Accra through Tema to Akosombo. It is of utmost importance that we hold the Nana Akufo-Addo Bawumia administration accountable for the development of our railway infrastructure. If they prove incapable of spearheading this critical initiative, despite the substantial financial resources at their disposal, including killer taxes of which we are all aware of, excessive loans that we know, grants, and the recent IMF bailout, we vehemently demand that they refrain from misappropriating our railway assets and profiteering from same. Given all these resources, the failure to advance our nation's progress is a grave disservice to the well-being of our citizens and responsible utilization of public funds. Now, these are our demands. 1, we demand the immediate and to join us in confronting issues of lawlessness and the government's involvement in the theft of railway tracks. We are resolute in our battle against corruption, arrogance of power, falsehood, and dishonesty. It is an undeniable fact that the promises made by the MPP whilst in opposition are now coming back to haunt them. Many who once supported the current leadership are eagerly awaiting the next election, yearning for the opportunity to cast their votes and usher out this highly inept government led by Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo and Alhaji Mahmood Bawumia. As the NDC's Communications Bureau in the Eastern region, we will persist in highlighting the critical infrastructure that is being ravaged or pillaged by government-endorsed individuals. We fervently beseech the law enforcement authorities to take swift actions, as failure to do so will compel the youth to protect the national assets. We recognize that we are engaging with well-meaning individuals and are unwavering in our commitment to hold the government accountable while also presenting constructive alternatives. Rest assured, as we navigate the challenges posed by the administration led by President Akufo-Addo and Bawumia, we will not falter to succumb to their negative actions. We take this moment to emphatically retrace the profound words of Professor J.E.A. Mills of blessed memory, spoken during the third State of the Nation's address in February 2011.